All right, so here we're doing the solving radical equations packet in preparation for the SOL. And I put the steps for solving radical equations over here on the right, written in red, which we're going to use to do our problem here in front of us. So this is a sample question from an SOL that was given 2 years ago. And it's not a multiple choice question or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and use these steps to answer the question. The question is, what value of x makes the square root of x minus 3 equal to 6 true? And then you're told to type your answer into the box. Okay? So let's go ahead and use our steps to solve this equation. So we'll show our work right here. We have the square root of x minus 3, and notice that that minus 3 is not underneath the radical, and that's equal to 6, okay? So let's isolate the radical first. So we want to isolate that radical. In this case, we're going to have to add 3 to both sides, and now it's isolated. You have the square root of x equals 9, okay? Next, we're going to square both sides. Our index is 2, so the opposite of taking the square root of something is to square it. Okay? If your index was 4, then you would have to raise both sides to the 4th root. Or, I'm sorry, raise both sides to the 4th power. Okay? So, in this case, we're going to square both sides. What that means is we're raising both sides to the 2nd power. All right? And over here on the left, what that does is freeze the inside. That's called the radicand, but as you notice, the radical goes away. All right. So now we have x by itself also. So that was nice. So our step where we have to solve for x is already done for. And then 9 squared is 81. So you get x equals 81. Okay. Before you put your answer into that box, though, you want to make sure that you check your work. Okay, and this process will also help us on future problems. So if x equals 81, then we're going to need to go back to the original problem and replace that x with 81. Okay, so when you check it, rewrite the original problem. We have the square root of x, but we're using 81, and then minus 3. Okay, go ahead and do that part on your calculator, and you get 6? You sure do. So it's safe to put our answer in the box as 81. Okay? On this next problem, we've done these types of problems before. It's a multiple choice question, and it's asking for the solution set of the square root of 8x minus 1 plus 4 equals 8. So notice the plus 4 is not underneath the radical, so that's also very important. You got to pay attention to what's underneath the radical and what's not underneath the radical. So what we're going to do is take our answer choices and plug them in for x. Okay? We're just going to do the left side of the equation. So the left side being this part. And we're going to do this on our calculator, and when we hit enter, we're hoping to get 8. Okay? Whatever value gives us 8 is our answer. So let's look at our first answer choice, 67 over 8. We have the square root of 8 times, and instead of x, I'm going to use 67 over 8. Minus 1, and then notice the radical stops, plus 4. Okay, so you're going to do that all on your calculator, then you're going to hit enter, and you want to get 8. Well, what do we get? We get 12.12. So that means that 67 over 8 is not our answer. Go ahead and do the same thing with 61 over 8. You're going to replace x with 61 over 8. And again, you're hoping to get 8. Well, what do you get? You get 11.75. So we just eliminated another answer choice, okay? It's not going to be B. Let's move on to C. When you use 17 over 8 in place of x, what do you get? You get 8. So we just found our answer. Our answer is C. So this next problem is really similar to the last one that we just did, except just pay close attention to your index in these problems. The index, if you remember, is this little number right here, okay? So notice this time it's a 3. When you don't see the index, it's a 2, okay? That's when we say square root. Well, this time it's a 3, so we say cube root. And on your calculator, I'm going to bring up my calculator up here on the screen. It's a little bit different from yours, though. But you're going to hit the math button. So you're going to hit the math button and then choose number 4. All right. Your calculators are actually easier to use than mine, but you're going to have 1 over 4, and then we're going to use the first answer choice, 5 over 4 in place of x. Plus 3. And on this I have to close the radical parentheses. On yours, I don't think you have to worry about that. So let's see what we get. We're hoping to get 2, and we got 1.49. So that means that 5 over 4 is not the correct answer choice. Let's go ahead and try the next answer choice, 11 over 4. So another hint is to bring up the previous thing that you typed in. You can hit second and then enter. And now instead of having to type everything all over again, I'm just going to make a change in there. I'm going to put 11 over 4. Okay. And we're going to hit enter, and again we're hoping to get 2. Let's see what we get. Whoops, I made a mistake. Let's see what I did. Sorry about that. Oh, I deleted too much, so lesson learned right there. You want to be careful when you're typing it in, okay? So let's do it one more time. I'm going to clear that out of the way. But we're going to do math 4, and then we have 1 over 4. Some of you guys are probably already done with this problem. Thanks. 1 over 4 times 11 over 4. Plus 3. And we're hoping to get 2. Well, we didn't. So we can cross that cross B off our list. So let's try answer choice C. So we're going to put a 20 in place of x. So I'll try and do it the right way this time. Okay, we have the cube root. We want to replace that 11 over 4 with 20 now. Well, alright. Math. Those calculators you guys have are a lot better than this one. So we have 1 over 4 times 20 plus 3, and we're hoping to get 2. Let's see what we get. Hey, what do you know? You got 2. So our answer choice is C. 20, okay? So far, so good? Awesome. Let's take a look at the last problem before you guys do some practice on your own. So, number 4 there is something we can show you on the calculator for this, but as I proved in the last one that you have to be very careful when you're using the calculator. So the calculator is very helpful, okay? But you have to be sure that you're typing things in correctly. So we can show you a way to do this one on your calculator, but just raise your hand and ask us if you want to see that. Because this is a fourth root problem. So like square root and cube root, there's a specific button for that. Fourth root's a little different. You have to do something different that we can show you. So we're going to go ahead and do this the old-fashioned way like we did that first sample problem. So we're going to rewrite the problem. We have the fourth root of w minus 4 plus 11 equals 14. So you're going to first isolate the radical, subtract 11 from both sides. Okay, so now we're going to have the fourth root of w minus 4 equals 3. Okay, so we have to now raise both sides to the fourth power. That index is a 4, so we're going to raise both sides to the fourth power. And you're going to be left with w minus 4 equals 3 to the fourth is 81. So we have w minus 4 equals 81. One more step to getting w by itself. You're going to add 4. And you get w equals 85. Our answer is D, and we're done with the solving radical equations review until further notice. So, good job, guys. You'll be hearing from me again soon.